final award is special indeed. It's special to the Detroit News family, and it is very special to my family. It is the Angelo B. Henderson Community Commitment Award. My husband, Angelo Henderson, was a Detroit News reporter and columnist, a Wall Street Journal Pulitzer Prize winner, an ordained minister, co-founder of the community crime fighting group Detroit 300, and a hugely popular radio host. Angelo dedicated his life to serving Christ and helping others. In his role as community outreach director at Triumph Church, he oversaw numerous programs, all serving those in need. With Detroit 300, he was committed to helping residents have safer neighborhoods and stand up for the neighborhoods. And with Your Voice with Angelo Henderson, his radio show on WCHB, Angelo used that show as a platform to inform listeners of news and issues affecting Detroit residents. After he passed unexpectedly last year, John Noland family, and Gary Miles decided to honor Angelo's legacy by creating the Community Commitment Award in his name. And that is for someone who is willing to confront community challenges and stand up for what's right. The first recipient is our final honoree, Maureen Taylor, chair of the Michigan Welfare Rights.
People are driven in a certain direction. There's some people that are able to manage day shift, others that are able to manage midnights. There are some people that can acclimate themselves to swimming, others cannot. There are folks that can dance, and there are many that cannot. And there is something about the fight for social justice that my parents took the family across the country on an automobile trip. And on the way, my dad always was able to point out, look at all those children, Spanish children, look at all those Native American children, look at all those little African American children, look at all those little white children that seem to be struggling and poor and in fields and in vegetable gardens where they seem to be working. So, you know, early on I could see that there were things that were going on in this, the greatest nation on the world, at least that's what the books say, and it just appeared to be some information that was lacking. So when you have a little information there, and then you have a little more information someplace else, at some point in time, you are able to be mature enough to connect the dots. And when I was able to connect the dots, it seemed to me that this question of social justice needed to be worked on. And it was already ingrained in me. I was already there.
Show, and Angelo was a big supporter of Maureen in her efforts to fight for the downtrodden and disadvantaged. Maureen gives voice to the voiceless, and it's so appropriate that she be named the Michiganian of the Year and the recipient of the Angelo B. Henderson Community Commitment Award.
Now it's my turn. When I was first notified several weeks ago that there was a community of people that had nominated me for this kind of a recognition, and in the beginning I thought it was a police scam. And I was being asked to go someplace and I was going to be arrested and whisked off, and that would be it. So it took several weeks of me being able to be convinced, and some of the folks that are in this audience today had to call me multiple times. Maureen, I swear, it's the truth, it's the truth, it's the truth. I would hang up and call the number back and see who would answer. You know, but there's so many things that come to mind as this activity began to get closer, and so many thoughts and whatnot. You know, I think a lot about Noland. And you know, Noland and I have a friend in common. His name is John Ricolta. And Ricolta is a Republican, blonde, suburbanite. And he and I together are called the odd couple. And I tell John all the time, it is good that you are friends with Noland, because we need some assistance to keep Noland from the gates of hell. We need that. It's been an ongoing activity for a long time, and John has a long way to go to help him, but we're going to pray on it. I think often about many things and some of the thoughts and whatnot that have come to my mind, especially today. You know, when I listen to Judge Rosen, and I listen to Judge Rhodes, and I say, should I tell them what I really think about this bankruptcy? I don't live in a bankrupt city. I live in a city that was bankrupted. Should I tell them? No, I won't tell them. Should I have a discussion with some of the other folks that were able to get winning awards and recognition this evening, and tell them how many times have I stood in front of the Detroit News in that when you used to have a revolving door and make certain that nobody would go in with a brick in my hand? Should I tell people about that? No. I don't want to tell anybody about that. Should I be able to share with you that my mother had 4 sisters and 4 brothers. Only one is left, my Aunt Honey. And she's sitting at that table because she is what people refer to as my road dog. We hang together. Tell people that, no, maybe I won't share that. Should I tell folks that my son, who today is his birthday, November the 11th, was born on my birthday, November the 11th. Should I tell people that? No. I'm not going to tell anybody that. And should I tell folks the real situation that my colleagues sitting at the table represent Michigan welfare rights, and that we have been in the trenches fighting to get people water, to get people housing? Don't be standing over here. Get back over there you belong. You know, should we go there and explain the importance of how it is that we must do battle? Because one day, not me, but one day, Noland's going to pass away. And when that day happens, it's going to be some questions about what direction that he and some of his friends are going in. Now, at the end, I'm going to say this. Perhaps I will leave here before Noland. He should hope for that. Because I'll be sitting at the right side of someone who'll be making decisions, and I'll be able to say, Lord, this one is good. Lord, this one is good, but I don't know here. You know? I'm going to close by saying I wanted to make a few remarks today that people thought were humorous. I was stunned when my friend Angelo left. I still have his phone number on my cell phone because I expect him to call me at any minute, and I haven't decided to take it off. I belong to an organization called Michigan Welfare Rights, and we fight for the rights of human beings to have dignity and whatnot. I might be the latest, but I'm here tonight with the greatest, Mariam Kramer, that's sitting at that table. I want to say to you, thank you so much for this recognition. And Noland, no matter how crazy you are and what people say about you, I still like you.
Maureen, they were lying for you. Those officers are in the lobby.